Hello, today we are solving May 2019 IAL Unit 1 paper, question number 5. It is about expanded retailer. Okay, they had two stores, Eastwell store and Northern store, and they are going to open one more store called as the Western store. So let's see what is the part B of the question. Prepare the projected statement of profit and loss under the comprehensive income for the year ended 30th April 2020. This was 2019, okay, April last year. Okay, previous year they have given with only two stores. Now they are going to open one more store and they have projections. So with that we have to calculate what will be the new profit or loss for this year. So now it says that the additional store will be opened in the Western is estimated to have an revenue of 400,000. So now let's write the revenues for all of them. So because it's only talking about, okay, now it is talking about the Western store, and which means that there is no change in the revenue of Eastwell store and Northern store. So let's write it here. Here for the second information they have given, the revenue for Eastwell store will remain unchanged. So Eastwell store, it will remain unchanged. So let's write that it is going to remain unchanged. Then what happens to Northern store? But the revenue of the Northern store will increase by 15%. Okay, revenue of the Northern store is going to increase by 15%. So let's write it here. So that means it is equal to 300,000 plus, okay, 300,000 plus 15% of 300,000. 15% of this 300,000. There will be an increase from 300,000 to 15% of 300,000. So that value is going to be equal to 345,000. Okay, 15% of 300,000 is 45,000. So that is going to be equal to 345,000. So let's write it here. So it is 345,000 pounds. Now let's add up all the three and get the total. So 365 plus 345 plus 400. So it is 1,110,000. The cost of sales are going to reduce due to the increased purchase volume. The markup for the Northern store will be 25%. The percentage gross profit to revenue in the Eastwell store will be 20%, and in the Western store it will be 26%. Now first one, it says the markup for the Northern store will be 25%. You do a revenue markup on your cost of sales and you make some gross profit. So let's calculate that. Okay, so the markup on the Northern store will be 25%, 5, okay, 0.25. So 0.25 is equal to revenue. Okay, what is the revenue? It is 345,000, okay, minus 345,000 minus cost of sales. We don't know what is the cost of sales, so you are going to write COS, okay, divided by cost of sales. Okay, so now rearranging, okay, when I rearrange this, so what happens? This is 1.25 times the cost of sales. 1.25 times cost of sales is equal to 345,000. So which means cost of sales, okay, cost of sales is equal to 345,000 divided by 1.25. So let's calculate this value. Okay, so 345,000 divided by 1.25, so that is equal to 276,000. So that is going to be equal to 276,000 pounds. So this is going to be your cost of sales for a markup of 25%. Now let's calculate the cost of sales for the other two from the information given. So they are saying that the percentage of gross profit to revenue for Eastville store is 20%. We don't know the gross profit, okay, we don't know the revenue. So 0.2 times, okay, 0.20%, I'm going to convert it as 20%, okay, I'm going to convert it as 0.2. So that is going to be equal to gross profit, we don't know, gross profit divided by, we know the revenue, okay, the revenue is 365,000 now, 365,000. So the what is the gross profit? Gross profit from this will be equal to 0.2 times 365,000. So that is going to be equal to, so this is going to be 73,000. The next one, it says that for the Western store, okay, this is for the Eastville. For the Western store, the percentage to gross profit revenue we saw that it is 400,000. So gross profit will be equal to 0.26 times the revenue, 400,000. So that is going to be equal to 0.26 times 400,000. So that is 104,000. So 104,000 is the gross profit for this one. Okay, so let's calculate, okay, and write. Then let's calculate the cost of sales now for the Eastville store. So the cost of this thing will be equal to 365,000 minus 73,000, that is 292,000. 345,000 minus 76,000, that is going to be equal to 69,000. So 69,000. Then you have the cost of sales for the Western store. So 400,000 minus 104,000, that is 296,000. 6,000. Now let's add up all the cost of sales. 292,000 plus 276 plus 296,000, that is 864,000. So it is 864,000. And then you have gross profit. Let's add the gross profit. 73,000 plus 69,000 plus 104,000, that is 246,000. So 246,000. Now let's calculate